much. Now you can see when the force carrier, then you can see there is a W work, then you can calculate the work by this formula, right? Okay, when I make a walking here, then I calculate this way. Similarly, okay, when you do total differentiation is a combination of various way of perceiving the dimension. You are perceiving the dimension in different angles. Okay, you can see one way that I'm seeing from this direction, and another way is looking at this. Can I combine all together? Yes, you can combine. Look at this. Look at this. This is x. Okay, df dx. Okay, okay. What is df dx? It's a tangent. Okay, tangent. Remember, f is a plane, plane surface. Maybe this is not yet surface. This is a line because we are doing a single portion. Okay, but imagine there is a surface. There is a kind of surface. Okay, it's a surface, and this surface is basically derived through this function, okay, fxy. Okay, later you will learn. Next sessions I'm going to introduce to you these sessions, to how to sketch this kind of plane and etc. This is a very complicated subject. That's why I didn't introduce to you the sessions, immediately with this. Okay, but that's why I started with the partial differentiation as my first session. Some of you might question, why, sir, you didn't follow? Okay, but don't worry, I want to make sure that you're all comfortable with whatever that you are learning first. Okay, now in this kind of surface, then you can see there is a f. Okay, the equation of the fxy, basically this fxy to two independent variable will enable us to sketch this platform, this surface. This surface, it contains two kind of movement. You can see there is expansion here, and the length and the width. Therefore, I need to have two kind of view. For example, if I wanted to look through this side, I need to use a kind of tangent. Okay, this is maybe it can be a df to the dx side. And whatever the movement that I'm making through the x-axis, I can able to calculate that in this way. Okay, again for this y side, okay, it can be up or down, no problem. If I can make it draw up also, no issue. As long as you can see the direction is a vertical line. This is a horizontal. Can you see that horizontal, and this is a vertical? Therefore, vertical, that I can calculate that in this way. Okay, now I'm saying I wanted to combine together and see the total. Remember, this is a total difference. Can you see that? Total difference. And in this particular case, similarly, we can see the three differences, three way of seeing the things. That means you are placing your eye here. Okay, you are placing your eye in this side, and you are placing your eye in this direction as well. No issue, don't worry about the negative positive yet. Okay, as long as you can understand the concept first is important. Okay, now therefore the combination of this three is a total change that you can see to the df. You are giving the df the changes. Okay, okay, with that I can't spend more time for every cases, because you will know, because I know how extensive your topic is going to be. Okay, later you're going to see some more very complex level. Therefore, I can't spend time for every single these things. Okay, now get back to this one again. Okay, now chain rule. I started with the chain rule, and this is actually, you can see the this is the questions many of you might be asked. What is the difference between the chain rule and what do you call partial differentiation? We are doing partial, but within you see this is a tangent. Okay, tangent of the y-axis, like this. Maybe I'll try to give you some idea. At least you can get some picture, you can visualize. Okay, what is going on here? Let's say there is a y, there is a x here. Okay, and of course we are using this is a Cartesian coordinate. Okay, Cartesian coordinate. Within the Cartesian coordinate, I'm using another parameter, locus. I think you might learn this word, locus, or another parameter called t. I'm changing this to the another parameter. Okay, therefore the t will control the whole coordinate system. Maybe I try to use this as a t. Okay, the t basically, if I looking at this point, it works like this: x to the t, okay, and y to the t. Therefore t will determine the progress of this line. Okay, therefore you can see df dx. Okay, we are looking through df tangent. Okay, we are picking the tangent. For example, when I say df dx, I'm looking from this perspective. Okay, this is a del f del x tangent at this direction, and I'm looking at the dx dt. I'm going inside of this, okay, t, okay, and I'm calculating for that, which is an internal structure of x. Okay, internal x. I will explain to you in next few. Give me a few, this thing. I will explain to you what is this in detail. Okay, with the good examples. Okay, now I don't want to spend more time here, because this is because we need to learn certain rules first. Now we are learning the rules. I don't want to focus more into the application of this. The application you will learn later. Okay, don't worry about that. Okay, therefore, similarly, you are doing this also tangent to the dx to the dt. Therefore, it's a composition. We are composting inside the dx. Similarly, is something like that. Okay, therefore, you can see the df dt, control of the df dt communication within this. Okay, connections. We go for this way. Okay, df dx dx dt df dy dy dt. Therefore you get the combination of this. Okay, you can get this. Okay, df dt. Okay, you can get it. If you wanted to go for df dt, you need to go through this. Okay, this is the connector. Okay, now we have seen some examples. Okay, some examples here. I hope that you can combine these together and you can get it into the solution. Okay, now today I'll go for the case 2. Okay, case 2. Case 2. In case 2 example, okay, similarly there is a we're going to do perform with a okay, chain rule. Case 2 is here, sorry. Okay, case 2. Okay, if you don't see anything here, but I'll start with a simple one. You can see this z. Okay, z is a with the function. There are two independent variables here, x and y, controlled by the f. And you can see the x also contain two parameter. Okay, in the chain. That means it's in a composition. Okay, x is a composed of s and t, and y also is a composed of s and t. Therefore, in this particular case, how do we get these two, okay, functions here? Look complex, but actually it's very simple to understand. Okay, therefore let me sketch this. Okay, f contain two independent variable called x and y. Okay, now x contain what we call as s and t. Therefore, you can see this is a connected and it's connected like that. Okay, y is a connected to the s and it connected to the t. Therefore, you see now how do I build the what you call the formula. The formula for the chain rule case 2, you look at this. Okay, instead z, I start with this f. You see, I'm building the things. See, del f, del what you want, s. Let's say I choose s. Okay, del f, del s. How do I go for this? Okay, there are two ways to go. Okay, I pick this del f, come down to the fx, therefore del f del x. Okay, and x coming to the S. Therefore, del X, del S. Okay, can you see something very interesting? If I cut, I'll get del F, del S back. Something like that. It's not a cut, huh? I'm just asking you to, verify. Okay, this is a verifiable. Okay, you can see, oh, this is I remove, then I'll get back this again. Okay, similarly, if I go through this, del F to the del Y, okay, then del Y, del S, done. Okay, you have done the first equation. Okay, if you wanted to focus del T, Ft, you want to F to the T. Okay, similarly, you use the same logics of this. Okay, by now you can write by your own. Okay, I hope that you can do that by yourself. This is be practice. You don't practice, you just watch the screen, no point. Okay, no point. I want you to take a paper and just write. Okay, practice. Okay, you can copy this, no problem. If you don't want to copy this, what you call the whole functions or whatever, no problem. You just copy this in a, at least you know this is how the system really works. Okay, then del X, okay, here go to the T. Okay, del X dt. Not a D, del. Okay, some of you may ask, okay, later, let me finish first. Del F, del Y, okay, del T. Okay, now, simple question. Why this one is not D? Okay, why we didn't use the what you call the symbolic representation of the D? Okay, it's a very clear, it's a very obvious, because Y contain more than one variable. Can you see that? More than one variable. Therefore, it's a partial. Okay, the communication is here is clearly communicating with us and saying this is a partial equation. Therefore, it's a partial. We are solving with the del. Okay. Now, let me pick one simple example, very basic, moderate example. At least you can see. Okay, let's say that I say Ex sine Y x equals to st to y equals to s to t. Okay, how do we do this? Okay, now the question is, okay, there are two combination here. Okay, remember there are, once you see, oh, there is S and T, there are two combination working in this case. Therefore, the question I will set in this case, okay, let's say, okay, can you work on this? Give a try and see. Okay, then now you know basically this is your equation. Okay, this is first you need to build the equation first, right? To make yourself a little bit comfortable with that. Okay, it's a del F, del X, okay, del X, del S. Okay, now plus del F, del Y, and del Y S. Okay, now we know we already construct the equation for the chain rule case 2. Okay, now the next stage is to work on this del F, del X. Can I work on that? Okay, what is del F, del X? How do I do that? Oh, actually, sorry, am I made a mistake? Yes, this is F, you see? I use a Z, but okay, sorry, okay, there is a correction to be made here. Okay, I'll put this Z, okay. Okay, 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 I made a corrections here. This one also same. Okay. Okay, now shall we start working on this? Okay, in this case, very moderately we can work on this Ex del Z to the del X. Okay, how do we do this? Okay, del X to the sine Y, no changes, no changes. Why? Del Ex is actually when you differentiate, you will get back Ex. Therefore, this one is constant, nothing will change. Okay, in this case, okay, again, what about this? Okay, now you can see Ex don't change, nothing will affect this, it's become a constant. What about sine Y? When you differentiate sine Y, you get a cos Y. Okay, cos Y. Okay, now next, what about dx del x to del s? Okay, look at this. Now your concentration is only in S. Okay, don't look at the T. Just look at this one. Okay, when I start differentiate that, I get a 1 for this. Therefore, my answer is T2. Very straightforward, right? Very straightforward. Okay, what about this? Del y to the del s. By now, I think you can understand my the differentiation lah. Okay, now you can see this x2. Focus only s2. Don't look at this one. Just s2. Okay, how do you differentiate that? 2st. Okay, done. Now you combine back. Okay, your role here is to combine the whole thing. But remember, del z to the del s only can see s and t. Therefore, x and y cannot. You should not include inside. But let me do this first. Okay, ex sine y, done. Okay, bracket here T2, done, finish. Okay, what about the combination here? Ex cos y, okay, bracket and 2st. Is it this is a solution, final solution? No, you cannot end up like that. Okay, because x and y is in this case is unknown, because dz del z to the del s, you only able to see t and s only. Therefore, x and y you need to change it. How do you change? You need to change everything back into this, okay, combination. Actually, x is equal to st2. Therefore, you need to change this to t. Sine. Okay, what about sine y? S2. Okay, S2 to the t. Okay, then the whole thing. Now combination is T2. Okay, plus EX something. Okay, similarly lah. Okay, I hope that you can now you know already what is the logics here. Therefore, you do nothing to cos S2 the bracket 2st. Okay, 2st. Then you see all the combinations are in st form. Then this is you have completed the whole work. Okay, very nice, simple. You can able to do it, but it looks simple. Actually, when you do the differentiation, it become one very advanced stage. It become very complex. Now I don't want to talk about that. But anyway, this idea is a very simple. Look simple, right? Yes, it's simple. Just to you can show very simple way. Once the problem become very complex, it's difficult for you to handle that. That's why I say your one variable calculus must be very strong. Okay, if your one variable calculus is not strong, definitely you will face problem here. Okay, in this case. Okay, this is an example that I already shown to you. Then you can try for, okay, del z to dt. Okay, can you try your own? Okay, please try. The answers is there in my notes. Okay, you can find out. Is here, but I don't want to discuss that again. I see. Is here. This is the answer. You can have a look on that. Just okay, but I leave it to you. I leave it to you as an exercise. Okay, now come back to another one more problem called implicit. This is a very important. Maybe the topic is something to do after chain rule. See, after the chain rule, there are two cases. Remember. Okay, please all the time you must connect everything one by one, step by step, because later everything will be combined together, you know. Therefore, you cannot learn like you cannot say like I wanted to only master this area. Cannot. Okay, in mathematics you can't do this. Okay, you cannot. You are not shouldn't do that. Okay, therefore please make sure you master every aspect of whatever that you are learning. Therefore that's why I always systematically handle the problem. Therefore you need to follow the what you call, when I say okay what is a partial differentiation, you should be able to explain to me, okay, partial differentiation is this, it contain whatever what you call total differentiation, chain rule, and etc. etc. That means you should be able to explain the what you call the subtopics very comfortably. One more topic is differentiation. Okay, this implicit differentiation is a something look simple but very tricky. Okay, very tricky. Let's say for example, if z, I start with the x and y. Let's say look at this is something very interesting. Okay, z equals to fxy. Okay, that means z is a dependent variable and these are independent variable. Look at that word, this is a very important. Without that you won't be able to do properly. Okay, implicit differentiation. That's why I would like to emphasize you should identify which one is independent variable, which one is dependent variable. It's very fundamental to proceed to perform higher order differentiation and integration. Okay, now look at the question here. Okay, when I said the question as something, okay, to x, y, z equals to 1. Okay, now can you find, for example, what you want? Okay, I'll just say this. Okay, find zx. Can you find that? How do you find? Okay, now implicit, this is implicit. Directly I will start working on this. You look at that carefully. X is based on the x, therefore I'll start with the 2x. No problem with that. And this one is a constant. Therefore, remember, those cannot see what is going on. I'll try to put it to you this way. At least you can see, oh, okay, you know that I'm looking for del z to del x. Okay, now in this particular case, 2x, I can understand this is a constant, therefore I get a 0. Okay, this one, how do we calculate that? Differentiate. Very simple. 3z2, okay, 3z2 and zx. Can you? Hopefully you can follow. Okay, now this one, here there are two combination working inside. Therefore, you need to work a product rule. You need to use a product rule to solve this. That means first you get y, z. Okay. Can? Now, next, I need to work on the z. Therefore, 6x, y, zx, and equals to 0. Done. Okay. Can you? Oh, hopefully, then you can see this equation, we got it. Okay, that means we already solved the implicit differentiation. I can't spend again. That's some intro to the implicit differentiation to perform on this. Okay, so far I hope that you can follow the session. Now we're going to do something very important subtopic within the PD. Okay, now this topic, to introduce this topic, what I'll do, okay, I can go down, no problem. Okay, this subtopic, I call it that as a limit. Okay, first time I'm going to introduce to you something called limit. Okay, why limit is important? Okay, limit, why are we learning something about this? In order to, okay, there is some small history inside. Okay, small concept. Okay, very important concept inside here when I talk about limit. Limit is a very extensive topic. Very extensive, I may say, but I'm going to cover very fast because I will assume in this state, I will assume you already learned the limit in your first session, one variable calculus. Therefore, I cannot proceed into very lengthy explanation. I won't be able to give this very lengthy explanation for the limit. But anyway, I just give you very quick understanding on this. Okay, just we will get some ideas. Okay, in practical life, when in practical life, let's say, look at this one. One person is making a change. Okay, how do we know the person has already made a change? Okay, how do we know there is a, we are now just observing the change only. Okay, that means only in the world, I may say, there are many various area, that means domain of information that explaining about, talking about changes, but none of the things, I'm not exaggerating, this is a fact, none of the domain like biophysics or any area will not able to explain the change as mathematic. Okay, only the mathematic can able to explain the change very precisely. In what way? First, let me define to you what is this change. Okay, when we see the word change, okay, there are people are talking about so much about this change, right? Change management, etc., etc. But can we define the change in a proper way? Okay, is there any way to define the change in a very certainly, and to say change already taken place? Okay, if the change taken place, how do I know that change already taken place? In this case, the guy is here moving from this point of place to the another state, but immediately I know, oh, he already made a change. Okay, okay, there are a few questions to explain here. Okay, it's look very simple movement, okay, when the, okay, but when you wanted to define the change, you need to first explain three component is very important here. One, the first component is you should be able to explain the limit. The second thing, you should be able to explain the continuity. Okay, the continuity. Whether you can able to define the word called continuity, whether it's a continuous or not. Third one is a differentiable. Okay, shable. Okay, differentiable is moving, etc. But I wanted to say three state you should be able to explain precisely. If you can't explain these three, you cannot define the change at all. Okay, you cannot define the change. Okay, what about the limit first? We try to understand the concept called limit first. Limit will make sure a person that you are seeing, the person that here, whether this guy is exists or not. Okay, this guy can be a ghost, we don't know. Okay, we wanted to really make sure this guy is there and I can see him clearly and I know the existence of this person. Therefore, limit will make sure the existence. Very important, the existence. Okay, I'll try to put it that existence. Okay, whether it's exist or okay, maybe the exist lah, whether that's what you're the common term that you're all using. Okay, maybe I'll say exist. Okay, whether any objects is exist or these things. Okay, okay, in this case there, okay, why we are using limit to make sure that object is exist, that is another question. Okay, okay, exists here, we're going to use a three concept, three model, three way to analyze this existence, whether you wanted to see whether the object is exist or not. Okay, there are two perspective here. See, first let me put it to you. The first perspective here we call as a 1D perspective. Okay, in 1D perspective, if one object, you should be able to see that in a two direction, only possible. In a 1D, you can only see in a one straight line. Therefore, you can only see whether this object in a two direction only. Therefore, whether you can conform, when I see from this here and from this side, I should able to confirm this is correct object. This is the object that I'm seeing. Maybe this is, I call it as object A. And he also should claim this is A, and this guy also must claim this is A. If this guy say A and this guy say B, cannot. This object is not exist. This is what we call as a limit. Okay, this is what we call as a limit. You must understand this. It's not easy, no. Okay, it's not easy to say. Okay, you may bit confused. You may bit confused. Say, oh, sir, what are you saying? When I see here, definitely this must be A. This guy also must see the A. How can he can claim this is a B? No, there is a cases. Okay, I'll try to show you. I'll try to show you one scenario. Okay, one scenario where this guy will claim this is a A and this guy will claim this is a B. Okay, how? In what way we can define this? I'll try to give you one scenario whereby, okay, let's say one guy wanted to meet her girlfriend. Let's say, okay, this guy is making, okay, they already decided to meet at one place, that place called, okay, Zumba. Okay, maybe vacate the place. The location they decided is there is one place lah. Maybe I call it that as island. Okay, island Zumba. Okay, there is island Zumba. It exists somewhere here lah. I don't know. I'll try to put it that as a C. Okay, there is a C in this location. There is an island called Zumba. Is there? Okay, this guy making he's using bicycle to go, maybe ferry or whatever. Okay, my drawing is not good. I'm not good in this. Okay, this guy riding a bike, for example, and his girlfriend, she's coming at, okay, lorry. Look like lorry. Yeah, it's a car. Okay, it's a car. Imagine this is a car. Okay, she's driving. Okay, coming. Okay, what happened was during that time, suddenly, yeah, of course, there was Zumba Island here. Okay, Zumba Island here. Okay, what happened was suddenly the earthquake taken place. The Zumba Island already removed. There is a continental drift taking place, for example. Okay, joking. Okay, then the island suddenly tear off, or maybe is shifted to here. The Zumba Island is already shifted here, and this path can connect to this. Okay, this path can connect to Zumba. Okay, is a Zumba, but this guy, okay, he drive. Okay, he's riding to this place and is reached to this place and say, hey, already, the board here. Let's say there is a board. Okay, indicator Zumba, you already reached to the Zumba, but not yet lah. The place is not there. But he thought it's the first time. Then they coming and say, hey, Zumba Island is not here lah. He won't be able to tell that because he say, okay, I already reached to the Zumba. But she also will claim I already reached to the Zumba. But both of them cannot meet. Can you understand this concept? See, he claims something, she claims something else. But both of them cannot meet. See, they will claim I already reached this place, but they cannot claim they already seeing the same thing. That is the idea. That is the idea. Wow. See, I need to spend a lot of time to just explain the existence in itself. You see, it's a beautiful concept, really beautiful. I tell you. Okay. Now, therefore, in mathematics, they wanted to make sure this one is correct. This is very important. Whether we are in the same way to see the things. When you approach in a different direction, you should see the same thing. If not, then limit won't work. Okay, the limit will not work. Therefore, you see, there are two concepts always will be explained. Okay, now let me put it to you. Very quick one for the 1D is I'm doing revision. I'm doing revision for limit. One variable. I'm not doing the 2D one, not yet. Okay, if there is a case, if you put it thus, okay, one location, you wanted to identify that is a location here to the C, then I take a approach, okay, from different direction. Okay, then suppose I should meet at this place, L. Okay. Okay, fx. This is original definition. Okay, we are mathematicians. Sometimes we are very keen to show the. This is a way Koch. Okay, Cauchy-Weierstrass definition. I don't want to go too detail about the theory, but in simple for your understanding, this is, we call it C negative. Why C negative? This is a C positive, but this is actual one. This is actual. This is a negative, means approaching to the C through, small number to the Y. This is a positive, means from big number. Remember this word, big, small. This is a C, actual. Okay, now we go. Suppose they need to meet here. That means, I'll try to put it to you, this word, actual. If I say this is actual, when I put this, I should get L. This is actual. You must remember, actual is different from limit. You see, I'm going to put another word here. Limit, okay, if x approaching to the C is, fx, this is, I'll mess up with. Okay, here, fx, lim, L. Okay, what did it mean by this? When I write like that, immediately you should be able to split that into two position, two way. Okay, you should be able to explain this one in the two way. It means, okay, I'll write like this. This side, is going far. Therefore, it means immediately I'm saying limit x plus approaching to the C, or maybe, sorry, I don't want here plus, instead I use this one. Okay, from negative fx, it's approaching. Maybe most of the time they won't use here. Okay, most of the time in the books, they will use this one here. They will use positive, negative, whatever. Okay, that means I'm using x positive approaching to the C. Okay, and must be equal to limit that you are trying to see from the negative. Okay, from the negative, that means it's a C negative, C positive is coming, must be C. That means you are explaining this. When I write in simple, it means the elaboration is this. Okay, this is equal to this. Always you must remember, when people write like that, immediately you should be able to interpret in this way. What is am I having a time? I worried about time. Oh, okay, we got 10 more minutes. Wow, I just see intro only. Okay, then this is L. Now you can see this is actual. Actual is different from this. Don't get confused with this actual with the limit. Limit is different. That's why you can see the calculation method is totally different from the actual. Okay. I don't have time to speak about this too into lengthy, okay, but I can prove to you in many ways. Both this actual and this one is totally different. Okay, there is a lot of properties. We will study about that later. Okay, with that, I don't want to go for the formal definition of this. Okay, formal definition in mathematics, but this one is good enough for you to understand the logics. Okay, now what about the 2D? Okay, now we go for one step higher. In 2D scenario, 2D means it's a plane. Okay, 1D is a straight line. Remember? Okay, I just explained to you. 1D is a straight line. 2D is a plane. That means any surface like that. Okay, any surface of that. Okay, 2D meaning is this. Okay, now in 2D scenario, how do we observe the limit? The observation works like this. Dot. Okay, we put a circle. We are observing that in the circle performance. Okay, therefore in circle, when we view the point, any one single point here, Okay, many from different location, you should see the same. That means, again, try to sketch this. Okay, okay, at this particular point, whether can you see that or not? This is very important. Okay, this is a very important. Therefore, the definition become limit. Okay, okay. We okay x y approach to the AB for f x y, whether you see that L or not. Okay, why is it so important? Why is it so important? This is a very important because, okay, now you can see in 3D logics here. Okay. Okay. Now, at this particular point here, let's say it's a small fold, for example, then you can observe that in this using AB. Okay, that's how we monitor the changes of this. Okay, let's say a guy is moving here, there is a small glass, let's say there is a hold. Okay, this is for us is nothing much, but when you looking at the particle point of this, when a particle move, or you can see there is electricity moving. Okay, for example, I make it, this is a larger scale. For example, there is a big hole like that. Okay, there is a one electricity electron moving. Let's say once electron moving here, stop here. Electron cannot move to this. That means there is a hole inside, or maybe electrical wave, for example. The wave cannot move. Or maybe the conduction, heat conduction, cannot. Suddenly you will see this is a heat over here. The heat all here, very advanced. The maybe here the heat is 100 degree, okay, Celsius, but here nothing, nothing. Therefore, can I monitor this existence? That's a very important one. Okay, now go back to this in an actual definition. We work like a x minus a power 2, okay, y minus b power 2, okay, equals less than 2 L. This is actual definition of this, whereby we can define this as xy. We are not going to use all these things, must be less than epsilon. Okay, don't worry about this. Please don't worry about this. This is a mathematical definition of the limit. Okay, this is actually, I wanted to show you this equation. The reason is to show circle. Okay, this is circle. We are talking about circle. Do not worry. Again, if you something you might find it, oh sir, I never seen this is a circle. How do I know? Okay, don't worry. We're going to study this. Okay, we're going to study this in detail. Okay, now with that, let me put it to you some properties. Okay, this is very important. Okay, properties, please master 1D limit. Similar to, I only can write this word, okay, because it's very extensive lesson. I cannot go through. Similar to 1D limit, okay, limits. Okay, it's a similar to one example. For example, I just show you limit, okay, xy approaching to the AB, fxy equals to L, let's say, and limit xy approaching to the AB. Is it a time? Not yet. Okay, sorry, not f, g xy equals to k. Okay, now let's say, oh, this is look very ugly now. Okay, g. Okay, now in this case, what is the properties? Properties really works like this. You can see some of the properties. I will just introduce to you 2 or 3. There are many. There are many properties. Please master the skill of properties. Okay, this is very important for the limits. That's why I can't show you many things here. I can't show you many things because the time, we are rushing for many things here. But actually, I'm going very slow. My face is very slow here because I know you all. This is an online session. Therefore, I need to make sure that but this is a very extensive topic. Maybe you already gone through that in your first one variable calculus properties. You must know properties very well. Okay, if you difficult, otherwise it's very difficult. For example, this is a rule of sum. Again, we use the rule of sum. The rule of sum. Some of the things, very quick one. The rule of sum works like this. If there is a something called limit x to the y approaching to the AB, if it is fxy plus minus gxy, okay, this can be written as limit. Well, this is very useful. Okay, very useful formula. You can segregate that into separate. You can do the limit for fx alone, and you can go for limit xy approaching to the AB and gx. Okay, this is a one rule, and there is a rule of quotient, rule of product, and etc. But very important, rule of quotient. Okay, quotient. Okay, I'll just take it this one very quick one, because I worried I can't finish the syllabus otherwise. Okay, AB have xy divide with the gxy. If this is the scenario, you see, very different, the rules actually allowing you to go, the limit can go up like that, xy. This is very helpful for you to solve many problem. Okay, if I give you a complex problem, then only you will realize, wow, this is a very helpful method to, because you can solve it separately. Okay, you can solve it separately. Okay, it's not a single one go. In one go, you won't be able to solve limit. But when you do separate, then okay, you can solve it. Okay, number 3. Okay, in number 3, simple another rule also, limit. For example, for the limit xy approaching to the AB, E, G, xy. Okay, this one, you can solve it. The limit can go up here. Limit xy approaching to the AB going to the gx. Okay, now up to here we have already done the limit. With this properties, it's a similar, because you're going to use your knowledge, your previous knowledge of the limit into this, and you're going to apply. Okay, now we're going to top up some more rules to proceed with this limit. Okay, therefore we have 5 more minutes. I think so I need to stop here. Next class I will continue, because uh, the students might you need to go for other classes as well. Up to here I stop, then we will continue for the next session. The how to obtain limits, and continuity. Okay, I'll go through here. Please look through this one. It's very important one. Just quick conclusion on this. Okay, change. We're going to analyze 3 things, limit, continuity, and how do we make possible the differentiable. Okay, the differentiable is only possible with this: limit must exist, continuity, we need to make sure there is a continuity, then only I can decide, I can proceed to work on the differentiation of what you call multivariable. Otherwise, I won't be able to do it. Okay, with that, we conclude today's session. Thank you very much. And if you have a question, you can ask after these sessions. Okay. Thank you. See you. Bye. Okay. Good day to all of you again. I know all my class student will exit. They will go for the quiz. And those are from different schools. If you wanted to ask any question, you can ask. At least I can help you in few cases. Wow. Okay. Means okay, I stop the recorder here.
Hi, doctor.
Hi.
I want to ask